Relatively recently, Andrew Tate has been banned on multiple social media platforms. I just wanted to talk about him getting banned and give my opinions on it. If I remember correctly, it started with Facebook/Instagram. Uh, then shortly after, all the other social media platforms got involved, banning him as well. I believe the list to include Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and even Club Penguin. That Club Penguin thing was a joke, I think. The reasoning for most of it, for most if not all of the bans, were breach of community guidelines/extremist views. For example, a TikTok spokesperson said misogyny is a hateful ideology that is not tolerated on TikTok, referencing some of Andrew Tate's opinions. Funnily enough, Twitter actually didn't ban him in this wave. I thought it made sense because, if I remember correctly, Alex Jones didn't get banned on Twitter right away. So at the time, I applauded Twitter for being, at the very least, consistent. That's in the past tense because upon further examination, I learned that Tate had already been banned on Twitter in 2017 for expressing his views about the Me Too movement. By expressing his views, I mean he said that rape victims bear some responsibility for putting themselves in a position to be assaulted. The description will have the sources for those tweets or those statements as well, in case you want to do some extra reading yourself. That's a brief overview of what happened. Now I'll give you my opinions on the situation and I'll break them down into a few questions. Question 1. Do you like or support Andrew Tate? Fuck no. I am in no way a supporter or a fan of Andrew Tate. There are some things he said in the past that I either agree with partially or I agree with the person who made the original argument. You can agree with a portion of people's arguments or the entire argument, but detest their moral character, which is the case for me with Andrew Tate, of course. Question number 2. Should he have been banned? I can concede to the idea that Andrew Tate says some dumbass things. A lot of his opinions are complete dog shit, but I don't think he should have been banned. Let me explain why. As a society, we determine what is considered extreme. I'm going to generalize heavily right now. On the spectrum, there are 3 main points: far left, center, and far right. What I'm worried about is that as we allow people to be banned or ban them ourselves from our different social media platforms, right, we move those extreme points closer to the center. Meaning, what was a little conservative yesterday becomes alt-right tomorrow, and vice versa for the left. If there are unfounded claims on either side, the information or facts should, in theory, disprove them. There should be no reason to ban a person for saying them unless they're advocating for violence or something of that sort. Some might say that there are groups of people that don't care about facts or evidence, contrary to their argument. Thus, we have to aggressively stop the spread of false information. I think it's important to understand that these people, or those groups of people, don't care about your reasoning for banning their favorite political speaker. They see their favorite political speaker get banned, and it radicalizes them, right? Because what they see is that this guy was speaking the truth, and then Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook removed them from the platform because they want to keep the masses brainwashed or something fucking stupid like that, right? Which leads them to think they're being oppressed, which in their mind justifies whatever that person was saying. I just think we have to be a little cautious about ostracizing or radicalizing all these different groups of people. Did you know he said X, Y, and Z? I have not evaluated all of the content Andrew Tate has put out. So maybe he's advocated for violence against women or some other group of people. All I've seen is that he has a lot of bad opinions that aren't necessarily, in my opinion, worthy of a ban. They're just bad opinions founded on a misconception or a misunderstanding of information. But at the end of the day, this is a guy on the internet that I will never interact with. And as he likes to say, I live in the real world where you get shut down if you try to be Andrew Tate in real life.